And welcome, everyone, to the press conference for round of 7 of the Lucas Oil Pro Motocross Championship, our 250 division. He went 1-1 on the day for first overall on the Team Honda HRC, Jett Lawrence. Finishing second with a 3-2 Moto finishes on the Monster Energy Pro Circuit Kawasaki, the number 30 of Joe Shimoda. And finishing third with a second place and fifth place finish in Moto number 2 on the Team Honda HRC, the 96 of Hunter Lawrence. Guys, let's talk about the day. A lot of action out there, especially first moto. Jett, great starts all day long. Talk us through that first moto. You had to get by Justin Cooper, but I don't think that's probably the way you plan to get by him, is by going over him in that turn.
The first one. I was trying to think. I'm like, damn. Starts were really good. They were consistent today. I was super happy with that. Our motor's definitely a lot better. Still have more improvement. We always can improve the motor and ourselves better. I was following him, and I just had nowhere to go. I'm like, oh, sorry, I had to go over his bike, and because his back wheel was spinning, when my back wheel hit it, I ended up knocking him even closer to him. So it wasn't ideal, but I mean, we got him at least. So we got the position, and then the first one was definitely a dogfight. It was a battle through like the whole thing. We with Hunter, and then second one was a little bit easier. It was I got that gap, and then it was just kind of maintaining from there to see if Joe makes a push, or where I have to step it up, or I could just maintain. So yeah.
You know, Hunter, in the first moto, second place finish, and with 3 laps to go, you kept putting pressure on your brother. It got close, even there at the end.
He was still leading then.
What's that?
He was still leading.
Oh, excuse me. 1 lap to go. It looked like you got back on his tail. My bad. You call 4 races. It gets a little tough to remember every move. But talk us through that last lap of Moto number 1.
Yeah, it was tough because it was like I was leading for majority of the race, it felt like, at least anyway. And, just a bit of an unfortunate deal with the lappers. And Jett got through, and then I was just, we were both just giving it everything to try and... obviously, he was trying to win, and I was like just giving it everything to try and get close to, have that window of opportunity to make a pass. So it was those ones are interesting, like you've seen with the 450s, like with Eli and Chase, they're just like sending it. Like the last 3 laps, it's just like pretty much empty the tank. So.
Joe, let's talk about that first moto. The Lawrence brothers obviously put a big gap between second and third, but a hard fight for you as well.
Yeah, I mean, starting 20th is not helping at all. Every first moto I just waste too much energy. I don't have the clear air. So, I mean, if you want to fight for winning or whatever, like you have to have a consistent start, and that's going to be helpful.
Obviously, Hunter, your expectations were to win the overall here, but this one a special place. So you got your second career moto win here.
Yeah, for sure. It was looking pretty good before the restart. I will say it was pretty good. Great start, and we were in first. So we ticked the boxes on towards an overall, and then unfortunately for the accidents that happened, and then back to the gate. Restart, used up all my good starts, so I sucked on the third one. We don't normally do 3 race starts, so I'm just going to blame that. So a bit of a bummer, like Joe said. Yeah, we only get paid for 2 good starts on race day, so maybe we need to practice some more third starts just to have them. But yeah, just a rough day. Not rough day, but rough second moto. Just coming through the pack and expending a lot of energy, just taking blind lines, trying to pass guys, trying to bridge up, and then I was just hanging on for life just till the end of the moto. So,
mentally you were in a good place at the start of Moto number 2 with the first start, but then you get the second, you get the start that you did. Where were you mentally after you had dropped back in the pack at that second start?
So just looking, honestly, trying to make up as many passes as I could. I'm just looking what's ahead of me. I seen Jett and the boys up front, and I'm like, all right, I need to get there. So just trying to do what I can, pass as many guys as I could, and then when I got into 5th, I believe, was already like a 10-second gap or something, and I was just trying to push and bridge that gap, and I just couldn't. I was just really tired. So just got to be better.
Now, Joe, let's talk about the restart for you. You had the bad start in Moto number 2, the first start. Got caught up in a little dog pile with other riders. You get the restart, and then you get a great jump off the gate.
Yeah, it was the first one is not bad. But just Thrasher crashed right in front of me. I jumped on his bike.
I think
And,
Sal Robinson was in that as well, if I'm not mistaken.
yeah, I don't. It was a pretty carnage. So
So you, from going from that crash to restarting in Moto number 2, all of a sudden you're on top of the world.
well, so it's on the second moto, I used a starting block for the first time, and that was better. Like just sitting on the gate, like I felt like I could do it, and I think I'm gonna keep using it.
Have you practiced with him, or is you just like, let's just try give it a go?
Oh, because it was not working at all. So like Mitch is like, yeah, do something, and I'm like, okay, let's do a block.
Let's talk about the track. It seemed to break down a little bit. Not terrible for you guys in Moto number 2, but it looked like some of the ruts were deep. A lot of times you guys popping into a rut, getting out of it early. It just seemed the long way around sometimes was faster, but maybe not as smooth. Any of you?
Yeah, I mean, the track was pretty good. It was gnarly. First motor was good. Second motor, I was pretty tired in the end. So when you're like a little tired, like a 2-foot braking bump seems like it's 4 foot. So it seems a little gnarlier than what it feels like when you're fresh and stuff. So, but it was pretty good. Like there was some gnarly kicks up the hill. There was some like you'd like try and scrub through those uphill doubles, but you can't scrub too much because then you're not going to get the down ramp. So you have to jump them all the way, and then you're like in the air for so long, and then you like do the same thing on the next one. So it was a good. I think it was a good track.
Jett, let's talk about Moto number 2. Where were you physically? Obviously, these guys are always giving you pressure, but how did you feel in Moto number 2 compared to Moto number 1?
I felt like in the second one, because it wasn't so much as a all sprint at the start, because I felt like a lot of people used their sprint in the first kind of start in the second moto. So I think the second moto, it kind of wasn't as full send as like regular. I think people were like, okay, we need to make sure we don't full send it now and make sure we have some left for the end. So I felt like I found my flow a lot quicker, and I had a better flow on the second one, I feel like, than the first one. The first one, the track was still like kind of fast and flat, with obviously some kickers and that. So I didn't get as good flow on the first one. The second one got a better flow. I felt like the track really worked a lot, like got a bit more worked in after 40s going out, like you said, creating those deeper ruts and that stuff, which was definitely a lot better than the first one, where the first one was like ice skating for most of the time.
You know, finding the pace on this race course a little difficult. What would you guys say you were running? 80%, 90%? How hard were you running this track to finish in the positions that you guys did? It wasn't an all-out, was it?
I don't think in the second one, I don't think it was much of an all-out, because there is so many edges. So if you do try to send, and especially down those hills, you land. If you try to jump a bit further, you literally land right into braking bumps where you could land in the face of one, blow your hands off. So I think it's this track you just definitely have to be a lot faster and send it in certain spots than other spots, because it could really catch you off guard, just because all those that has a base to it and has those edges everywhere. So you have to, and there's some of them are kind of hidden a bit, some aren't. So it's definitely a lot more of being a smart, picking your sections on the track where to kind of go 100% and then where not to.
Joe, what do you think the best part of your track is, where you made the most time on guys, or to have the ability to pass?
Starting block. Like
when in doubt, starting block it out.
You can pass 42 guy on the start, you know.
But I mean, did you feel more comfortable on one section of the track than another?
I was kind of enjoying the section after the finish line, like where you kind of like triple into the roller. I thought it was pretty fun and catch some pretty good time there.
You know, Jett, looking at this one, 6 of 7 overalls thus far in the 2022 season, 11 wins on the season. Looking forward to Washougal next week, and obviously setting a goal at the beginning part of the season. Was your goal to be, in a sense, this dominant?
Yeah, it's definitely cool to be 6 out of 7. I mean, we don't know what it could have been at Redbud. Obviously, the bike malfunction, it sucks, but that's part of the sport. Joseph ended up getting a little overall win, so good for him. Good for you. And, I mean, at Washougal, I sucked there last year, so, I mean, I'm just hoping for a podium there, really. I suck at those flat, high-speed tracks, so, I mean, we just hoping for a good start, and then just maybe a whole shot, then just be wide as a bus. So we'll see.
Hunter, coming off last weekend, obviously a bad weekend for you. A lot of mishaps that weren't your fault. Coming into this weekend, was the mindset any different coming into this weekend as you would any other race weekend?
Yeah, not really. Like kind of before Redbud and then Southwood, we were making quite a few changes and stuff, and then it was just really the bike was really beating me up and stuff, and I was pretty fatigued during the week and stuff. So it was more having a good week before. That was like the priority, was just having a good week and coming in happy with the bike again, and we did that. So we got one really good moto out of that. So we're just I think we rebuilt pretty well this year. This week, and hopefully just looking to do the same this week before Washougal, and then we have a bit of a break. So
absolutely, 27 points down. You had the taste of the red background number plate, and I know you want it back. Washougal, how has it been historically for you?
Yeah, nothing crazy last year. nothing to jump up and down about, but it's a new year, so looking to go in there and obviously want to win. That's always the intention when I line up on the gate. So just take it day by day and come in ready to swing.
Joe, question from one of our watchers online. What is your favorite Japanese track? Track in Japan, yes.
Do you know this place, Sugo?
Yeah. I don't personally know it.
It's a cool track. It's good. That's probably my favorite. Yeah.
Okay, and what track would you compare it to here in the U.S.?
What?
Which one is it the same as here in the U.S.?
High Point.
High Point?
I think similar there. Yeah.
And Joe, confidence seems to be overflowing with you. Obviously, the last few weekends, starting at Redbud, just barely off the box, if not on the box, every single round. Do you feel a new confidence or the ability to believe in yourself that you can do it every weekend?
I mean, I'm just trying to be my best each day or each weekend, and if that's on the box, it's great. If not, like, keep trying. So.
All right, we're going to open the questioning up to the floor.
Jamie, Moto X Pod, Vital MX. Joe, with the break coming up after next week, do you plan on working on starts and testing, or maybe just taking a break and recouping?
Well, I want to take a break because it's pretty hard, you know. But yeah, Nick, because I've been working with Nick, and Nick
Way?
Yeah, Nick Way works pretty hard, so I don't know. It's really up to him.
Okay. And for the three of you, were there any major changes anybody made in between motos? I know most guys started with a scoop. Did you stay with a scoop, change scoop, anything else?
I know we changed tires. Obviously, Hunter and I went both to a knobby, and then after in between the first moto and second moto, I changed the shock. I didn't like the shock in the first moto, and we went to a different one. It was a bit better, but still trying to find some. We're still trying to find something. So yeah.
Yeah, well, all these wins and still trying to find it just a little bit better, huh?
There's always more to improve. So yeah.
Right. Hunter, last thing for you. Just, I know it's got to be frustrating at times. You're so close, and then like the restart, threw everything off. What do you feel like you need to work on other than starts? Is there anything that you really feel like you need to work on to make that next step so that maybe you're on the top spot every time?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's tough. Jett's riding really well, and he's super strong right now. And so yeah, we're actually just we're just talking about it before on what with our team with Osho and then Dad and Doc G and stuff, on what we can do different, just to put a different recipe in, maybe to get a different outcome, kind of thing, a different cake. So we're kind of just analysing, going over it, stuff, referring to last year and how last year kind of ended for me, and what we can do to finish off really strong.
Well, if this thing keeps going the way it does with you three on the podium every week, you're going to have to change it to the Lucas Myrtle podium. So you guys are killing it.
Yeah, keep up the tweets. Tag
All right,
Lucas.
Guys. Correct. Congrats to all three of you.
Thanks, guys. I think that's it. Congratulations on a great weekend.
Thanks.